I don't see a lot of dogs, or I don't really hear about hernias in dogs. I didn't even know such thing exists. Where are you, buddy? So it's good for me to make this as part of my content. There she is. Does she look like she's sick? No, it's not even sick, but she hasn't really eaten for 2 days. Uh, I took her to the vet. You know, in the emergency clinic, they gave her Serenia and other anti-nausea medications, and she hasn't really eaten really real good food much at all. She's definitely drinking water. So I figured I'd pull over while I'm picking her up from the vet and do this video for other dog owners to know, I love you, that hiatal hernia is a real thing, and she's apparently had it for a year and a half. I didn't know this, but the signs were there, and all the signs that were there included throwing up sporadically, intermittently. She would throw her meals up just every now and then. I would say once every 2-3 months she would have an episode, like just out of nowhere. She would just get this panic attack to put you down. And almost like she would run from one corner of the house to the other and trying to talk to me, like she was visibly disturbed, and her stomach would make this loud fizzing sounds, like it would fire like a rocket inside. Like, so there was a lot of rumble, there's a lot of noises coming from her, right? And where are you? I'm gonna keep you in frame. So she doesn't like the camera. Huh. So it kind of gives you an idea that this thing has been circling around, and even on my on her X-rays and scans, it didn't really reveal it till the last appointment. So there's definitely something there, like an odd shape, right? But all her vitals and everything else tested out just fine at the emergency and then today. So all her vitals, ironically, like the liver, kidney, everything is fine, and she's acting normal. So for someone that hasn't eaten, for a dog that hasn't eaten for 2 days, she's displaying a lot of the old self that I know her to be, just full of life and curiosity. She's barking at other dogs and just chipper, right? That's the word. So if your dog has gastric issues, right, for over 1 year, I think, and if you are taking them to the vet on the regular, I think this is something good to get it checked out, because this definitely reminds you of health, right? Health and wellness. Wellness checks, we do it for us humans, and if you're a dog owner, I know that we are very protective of our pets. So she's due for an internal medicine. There's a two-part process. If you take her to the emergency, you're going to end up paying $175, give or take, like I did, just for the consultation to rule out that she's okay. And then the other piece is that she's internal medicine wants to then, the correct order is the internal medicine will want to see her first and take all the scans and do all the work necessary, deep scans and detailed work. See, there we go, good girl. Like, hey, maybe a walk in the park does it, but all the deep work gets done next week, and then literally the surgery can happen the next day. The good news is that she is two opinions, that if it's really the hiatal hernia, which is a great probability that's what it is, all the symptoms point to that, this is reversible. So that's the good news. Now, for me, where my stress and distress and depression frankly kicks in, is that when she doesn't eat, I feel horrible. I think as dog owners we can relate. I'm eating my food, I'm working out, I'm taking my walks to ensure that I'm good. 10,000 steps, fasting fasting and eating, and then breaking my fast and feeling really good. So when I'm eating and she's there just watching me and I'm not seeing her yearn for the food, I have to train myself to think differently. It's less about being emotional now. And after 3-4 days now of knowing what this is, sitting with this, I'm now coming out emotionally intelligent on the other side and realizing, okay, she's experiencing these symptoms because of this. And so now I'm reading up on it. Um, the good thing is we've caught it. It's there, and it happened within this year. So 1 year ago, the scans did not reveal this. Uh, Not to say that the displacement of the esophagus and the stomach probably fell back in order. That it's a moving hernia basically, so it glides in place and then out of place, which explains her sporadic appetite bouts, right? And her throwing up and having those crazy panic attacks and just not eating and visibly disturbed. So not so much in pain, but just really disturbed. Like you can know something is not right in her stomach, and she's trying to tell you this. So maybe a little walk in the park right now, as we're doing, is the answer. Let me pan this. There we go. Oh, hey, you know you're being filmed, huh? But you know, overall, as I'm doing this video, this reminds me, hey, come here, that what a beautiful day this is. You know, an evening, and I'm catching a vibe on this sunset. And I've had her in my other videos. Look at her coming tailing. Looks like a little white mountain lion, but she's not a lion. She's literally a dog. Uh, that it's a blessing to have her in my videos, and you know I'm kind of making myself come to terms that if something were to happen to her this late in her life, I have given the best care, services, and attended to her every need, because that's what we do as pet owners, right? Is to be there and explore every last option we have and give them the full life. So that's where I stand with her. It's definitely difficult to see them start breaking down. And this is my first dog as an adult. I had a small dog when I was a very little boy back home in the islands, Fiji Islands in particular. That's where I was born. And we took a trip to Australia as little boys, little kids, and gave our dog to one of our relative friends to take care. Apparently, she got run over. But my suspicion is my dad just kind of dispelled of her because she was sick. She we back in the day we didn't really care about dogs like that, and we weren't investing. No one was investing money like that back in the day. This day and age is different, right? The medical care for dogs and the facilities are just as good as humans these days, and I'm amazed at what's out there. So where are you? You're right behind me. So for someone that has a need, and she's definitely good to see her at a normal self, acting like quite a bit like herself. So I'll keep you all posted. I know this may not be making sense to a lot of people, but for those who get it, will understand my pain. And I'm glad we are here at this point. She's walking, she's breathing fine, and she's in a sensors. Much better than a few days ago. So if I can just get her to, she's taking a pee, right? Much better than when she was a few days ago. So if I can just sustain this, have her eat just a little bit, and just buy this next few days out until next Wednesday, Thursday, she might go into surgery next week to have this taken care of. And the good news is that this is reversible. I'll cover that video once we get to that point. Between now and then, cost, the experience, recovery, prognosis, and all of that. So keep her in your prayers. And once again, if you like this car, I have a separate channel for this, AMG Edition 1, which really this is an Edition 1. This may or may not look like it, but this is a 2015 AMG C63S with barely 20,000 miles. And when I got this 2 years ago, this only had 14,500 miles. So I just got this awesome blue wrap on it, and this thing is just spinning heads wherever I am going. I want to show the license plate, but hopefully you're getting a good view of this. Sometimes on cinematic view, this doesn't capture too well, so you don't want to see me, you want to see this car. So like I said, you can join the channel. It's in the description of this video, and the dog is walking too. It's funny. C63S bag. See that? There we go. Okay, folks, so that's all I have for you. Uh, we got the dog and the EMG. It's nice to have them both in my frame. You're alive for now, buddy. Okay, I love you. And for all dog owners, you know my pain. Wish her well. Till the next video, Mamba out.